Damn, it is a nice day out. I had to come to the outdoors to do this video. It's just too damn nice to be sitting in the house. But guys, this, it's not really going to be a review. I mean, I guess it kind of is. But today I want to talk about the Babadook. I've had a lot of people ask me what I thought about this film. And it took me a long time to see it. I actually just saw it for the first time last weekend. I watched it on Netflix, and you know, when I first watched it, I was like, I don't really know what to think about that. I didn't hate it, but did I love it? You know, did I really at least like the film? It took a while for it to set in with me. Like, I had to think about it. I was kind of confused by it. And then the more I thought about it and, you know, let it soak into my brain, I realized, wow, I did really like that film. And then as the days went on, I just kept thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. And there's just so many different ways to look at it. And I started liking it even more. It's one of those films that just really stuck with me and made me think about it and contemplate what exactly it meant. So I went out yesterday and bought the Blu-ray, obviously. Really good deal, $12.99 at Best Buy. Got the slip cover on it. I like it. Has the reverse cover. Would have liked to have had the one that has the red cover like the book. But this is still cool. You know, it's got this, and then on the inside here, it's got the reverse cover. You can do either side. So I liked switching it out to have that difference there. But the Babadook, a definite love it or hate it type film, without question. And you know, guys, as you know, I'll put it in the title, but I'll say it here too. I am going to talk about this with spoilers, and you know, because everybody's reviewed this film already. It's been talked about to death and back. But again, you know, people's asking me my opinion on it, so I figured I'd do a little video and just let you guys know. And you know, we watched it last night. And after a second time, guys, I gotta say, I love this film. I really, really love this film. I think it is an incredible piece of horror cinema, to be quite honest with you. And you know, it looks like, from what I'm seeing, a lot of people that didn't like this film and hated it, it seems like a lot of people didn't get the metaphor of the film and didn't really look at it deeper, I guess you could say. And I can get that. I can understand that, you know, because like I said at the beginning, after I watched it, I'm like, man, you know, there's just things that confused me about it. Was this Babadook real? Was it fiction? Was it in her head? But, you know, ultimately what I get out of this film is this is really like a character study on someone that is just going through an extreme amount of depression, grief, anxiety, just a whole bunch of different problems all at once. And it takes their toll on the lead actress immensely. And you see her mentally break down. It's a psychological horror all the way. There are no jump scares in this. There's nothing that's going to jump out and go boo. I mean, you know, the part where you see the Babadook crawling on the ceiling and stuff like that, that's one of the few moments where there's like a traditional type scare. But this is more in the mind. This is more, you know, if you really watch it and pay attention to the character, get into the head of the character, you start feeling that, you know, that she feels. It makes you uneasy. It did with me, at least. It made me very uneasy, uncomfortable. It made me feel her anguish. And, you know, ultimately that's what the film is about. The Babadook is like a manifestation of all these mental problems and mental afflictions that the lead actress is going through. And you know, I know there's been a lot of talk about the end. A lot of people thought it sucked, didn't like it. And you know, at first I didn't totally understand it either, but like I said, thinking of it that way towards the end, you know, and talking about this with a few people also, it's learning to deal with that grief, that depression, that anxiety, that heartache. You know, it's not going to go away you can feed it, but it's not going to go away. It's always going to be there. That's what I think the ending ultimately means. And what I think of is like, if you're taking medication for depression, you can look at that as she gives it that bowl of worms, as somebody taking medication for depression. You're taking that to suppress it, but it's still going to be there. It's never going to go away. It's always going to be there, and it's there. You're just giving it this food or medication to keep it at bay. And you're also learning how to deal with it. You accept it, it's always going to be there, and you learn to let your life go on despite that. That's what I got out of it. Ultimately, the film is a huge metaphor. That's what I personally think about this, and that's why I think it's so awesome. And knowing that, understanding that, over this past week, watching it a second time, oh man, everything just really stands out more. You notice a lot more subtle things in a second time around if you understand the metaphor of it when you watch it. I just think it's a brilliant film. The lead actress did a fantastic job. I mean, wow, one of the true top performances of this time, I believe. And first time director Jennifer Kent, this is her first film. Wow, man. I mean, sometimes directors come out of the gate, they can never top their first film. Well, she's going to have a hard time topping this one. But I hope she comes out with, 20 more films that are on par with this one. But it's an amazing debut for a director, just awesome. And, a lot of things have been said about that little kid being annoying, and I can understand that because there are times where it's like, my God, when he's just screaming and screaming. But the kid did well for the part, I thought. He could be annoying. I totally get that, but I thought it worked well for the part. And I think that it's supposed to kind of feel that way too. So, when the mother starts to turn on and starts to come after him, you kind of want to see him just get taken out. A lot of people, have said that, and I think that's the whole point of it. That's the whole point of that character, that kid, the way they had him act in it. So yeah, guys, first time watching this, I would have probably gave it like a 7. But a second time watching it, guys, man, I hate to give it a perfect score, but I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. It probably deserves a full 10 for me personally, my opinion. I just think that this holds up there. It's another film, man, that just holds up there with a lot of the modern films, the greatest modern horror films. I've been seeing a lot of them lately. Just been on a roll with watching some amazing horror films lately, and this is another one that I would add to that list of just an excellent film. And there's probably a lot of people that's going to watch this video and just totally disagree. I get that. That's fine. But, this is just my opinion. I love it. I love, love, love this film. And I'm glad that I have it now. And it's a film that I know I'll watch a lot over time. And, it's just one of those types of films I think that I can get a lot more out of the more I watch it, for sure. So, yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for now. That is The Babadook. If you haven't seen it, I just spoiled it for you, so. But I'm sure most of you already have. But if you have, let me know in the comments below what you think, guys. Tell me what your thoughts are on The Babadook. Take care, guys. Later.